since we're on the Big 12, my second overreaction of the week was that Oklahoma State kind of got robbed a little bit. There probably should have been a foul at the end of the game.
Probably.
And all right, so go ahead. Real quick,
a foul.
Let me set the stage for everyone. Oklahoma State was up 45-30 at halftime at Kansas. Kansas came rolling back. They took the lead. Oklahoma State fought back, hit a couple huge threes down the stretch. I think it was Joseph Yesufu and the kid from Texas Tech. I am blanking on his name at the moment. Kevin McCullar both hit big threes as well. Kansas is up 69-67 with about 1.1 seconds left. Oklahoma State runs an out of bounds play. McCullar blocks a shot. It's clean up top. He hits the dude pretty hard with the body.
Damn, cross body blocked him.
Cross body blocked. I don't think you're ever going to get that call in Fog Animal Fieldhouse ever.
No.
I think that it was much more of I wouldn't have argued either way. I think it's closer than people said. I'm not going to sit here and say it's got to be a foul. I'm not going to say it shouldn't have been.
That's not what the outline says, Rob.
Well, it's an overreaction. So whatever it is, you take it. Go ahead, T.O.
It was a foul. It was a foul. It was all body. Took my man out. Cross body blocked. It almost looked like some of these like satirical like whenever you're watching Little Giants and like a kid runs up and then jumps sideways and takes out like three people. It was a foul. Mm-hmm. Like there's no question it was a foul. That being said, you're not getting that call at Fog Allen. So credit to Oklahoma State hanging around. It's just you're not going to get it there. And it's amazing to me that like we looked at this Kansas team. We're like, well, we don't know. They're not very big. It's very atypical to what we're used to. And yet Bill Self, man, just finds a way. Mm-hmm. Just finds a way. And they've got dudes again. The emergence of KJ Adams as a lob threat and as a legitimate 5-man has changed the ceiling of that team. But my man got fouled. That's what happened.
So he did get fouled, but it seems like it's a novel concept here. For whatever reason, people seem to have forgotten that in every sport, college basketball included, the home team gets the benefit of the doubt, especially when they are the defending national champions in a blue blood and play in arguably the toughest place for a visitor to get a win in college basketball.
I want to add something real quick to that. There have been studies done where the two sports where home field is impacts the officiating the most is European soccer and college basketball.
Yeah.
Which just so happen to be the two sports with the most intense atmospheres and the most I don't want to say the most passionate, but college basketball
there's action constantly.
Yes, and there's students right on top of you, constantly cheering, constantly yelling, constantly cussing you out if you're an official, right? In European soccer, I mean, we've all seen like the flares getting thrown on the field.
Well, they're scared for their lives.
Yeah,
there's a difference in the European. Like those guys are legitimately scared for their lives.
Yeah, but to your I just wanted to that point. There's been studies where college basketball is those home environments are just as intimidating as European soccer when it comes to the officials.
Yeah, and not for nothing, but Bryce Thompson's a 56% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
So you're assuming that he's going to go in the line and make both free throws. He ain't doing it. Not there. I'm sorry, Bryce. I love you. I hope you have a great season, buddy, but you're not going to, I'm betting on you not hitting both free throws. Needless to say, was it a foul? By definition of the rule, yes, it was. On the other side, to win at Allen Fieldhouse, to win at Cameron Indoor, this year to win in Tucson, to beat Arizona, to win over UConn, Gamble or Hartford, to win by 1, you got to win by 10. If it's a close game late, you're not getting any favors.
Yep.
You're not. You are not going to get a favor. And at the end of the day with Kansas, Bill Self has more than earned the benefit of the doubt. And we all know that if Bill Self calls his league, the phone call is going to go very differently than if Mike Boynton calls his league. It's just how it is.
Well, according to my sources, Mike Boynton wasn't the one that had to call. He got a call that was basically like an apology from the league.
Hey, so at Pete's Jam this summer, I'm at a late dinner with our man Goodman and our man Jeff Borzello. And there are 3 Big 12 coaches there, 2 Big East coaches, and a couple of other head coaches, high level dudes. And one of the questions that came across the table was, how much do you have to be up at Fog Allen in order to walk away with a win? All 3 Big 12 coaches say at least 15 with 2 minutes to go. At least 15 points with 2 minutes to go at Fog Allen to win there. At least 15 points. That is how much that's an insane number. And it's true. It's unbelievable.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure I remember Bob Huggins being up 14 points at Fog Allen with like 2 minutes and 14 seconds left about when Javon Carter was there and ended up losing that game.
At least 15 points with 2 minutes.
Look, they missed it. They missed it. It is what it is. It's not the first missed call. It's not the last missed call.
I also think it's funny that like head coaches that are getting paid a ton of money, like acknowledge that, like, oh my God, like it's so hard to get a win at Fog Allen. And a lot of that's for obvious reasons, but it's an intimidating place, man. And referees are human. We talked about it ad nauseum last night, but like they're for the most part, refs in the college basketball are very, very good if you're objective in looking at how they call a game.
You know, nobody wants to say
it. They did miss it though.
One final thing, nobody wants to say it. Nobody likes to say it. Everyone's always like, oh, it's not true. Oklahoma State still helped themselves so much more than they hurt themselves at Allen Fieldhouse on Saturday. That effort's inspiring. That effort will go a long way. And I know people say the committee doesn't take things into account, this, that, the third. Guys, they're not robots in the room. I guarantee you when they discuss Oklahoma State, they're going to discuss this game, and they're showing at Kansas if Oklahoma State does some other things right in their league.
As much as anything else, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done. As much as anything else, I think that that's going to improve your numbers, right? Your computer rankings, your where you sit in the net, where you sit in KenPom, losing by 2 in that building.
I'm not a fan of that always, but yeah, in that case, I'm a fan of it. I'm not a fan I'm not a fan of teams winning by 25 and going up 10 spots in the net.
Yeah, I think
I'm not a fan of that.
Some of it you need to cap the difference. But at the same time, like if you lose on a last second shot at Kansas versus losing by 30 to Kansas, like I think that it's something that is notable and should be mentioned. I want to ask you real quick.
It's amazing they lost and went up a spot. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at the net rankings.
Yep.